I was drawn to Form. I attended the one of the first intro sessions. I had been looking for a discipleship person, somebody to disciple me for a while, and been praying about it and just had not received anything. And so this discipleship course sounded like a very, very good idea. It was going to last for 9 months, so it was going to have some intentionality and the actual depth of getting into various spiritual practices and seeing the various sections that we were going to be covering. I was like, this sounds absolutely what I'm looking for. In my own words, a disciple is a follower, somebody who is willing to be humble and to learn and to be open to teaching and correction, but just, following for a long time. It's going to be a prolonged, ongoing process and not just like a quick 1 month, 2 month. In addition to just learning the different areas, I loved our reading of the Celebration of Discipline book, because I was just like, there's so many different ways to meet and commune with the Lord. I really, really appreciated that. And also just, again, the accountability, having it last for 9 months, really allowed for the practices to seep in and for you to kind of actually work on them and then talk about it with your group and then get feedback and suggestions and all of that stuff. Accountability as far as we were meeting once a week, if not every other week for 9 months. People are going to ask, how's your life? We would have our check-ins at the beginning, and any areas that you're struggling or needing prayer, we would pray as a group for that. So then, we would also have the follow-up, how did it go? How did things go? Applying for jobs, we were praying for believers. One of our I guess 2 people in our group had a child, so we were praying for them and for their, labor and delivery and all of that afterwards. So it's, we were walking through life with one another. I had been praying to the Lord for somebody to disciple me for a long time and just hadn't really found one. So this was a new concept of just going through a course together with other believers. And coming on the other side is optimistic. The Lord will meet you in a multitude of different ways, and He'll answer prayers in ways that might be completely not unconventional, but I just didn't think that this would be a way to do discipleship and growing. So yeah, it was good. So a time when I applied something that I learned in Form in real life, I would say, we can go back to the fasting course. The beginning, when we first started the discipleship, we started with fasting and learning and digging into what does fasting look like in the biblical sense. So that was just completely not eating. And so we started with this the Fridays. I think in our group we decided on that. And for me, I continued on for a little bit longer, getting that into a rhythm to see how it was and how it would impact my life. And it actually was really, really good. What I realized was it allowed me to center back on the Lord one day a week. So I started looking forward to it. When things would start getting crazy, it's okay, well, I'm going to be fasting with the Lord and just kind of quieting down at the end of the week. And it was a good reset every week, and also a good way to check in with the Lord and make sure I had intentional time with Him. So the result was amazing. It's a really great course. I would say it's very, very good. It does require intentionality. I had to put the Form meetings in my calendar to make sure I set the time apart to, one, do the work beforehand, but also to attend my meetings on time. So it does require a certain level of personal, I would say, maybe autonomy or just responsibility, but you get back so much more from it. So it's absolutely, I would say, make sure you can do the work, but it's really good.